Good afternoon. We are going to talk about true face of the social media. Our team, Karla Aguilar and Angelo Murillo. To start, we are going to talk about fake news in social media and what is false information or fake news in the social media apps that we have actually like Facebook, Instagram, and fake news is stories that are created to misinform people or deceive the people who is reading that kind of news or story. I mean, it's something that someone creates to attract the attention of the viewers, of the readers, of the people who is using the social media. And how this wave or fake information started in our apps like Facebook or like Instagram. Well, all of this started with the internet. And why? Because in the past we had like journals or like more formal sources of information, and this kind of sources were more with regulation and, for example, standards of what kind of information they can share or publish. But now, with this kind of tools like Facebook or Instagram, Twitter, etc., you can share wherever you want, and no one is checking if what you are posting is something fake or just a lie. So that's the difference between what we had, like our old journals, and what we have now, that everything is in internet, and everything that we read or all the information that we got come from this kind of apps. And also the people is the responsible of this snowball or fake information that we see in social media. Because what happened, a lot of people start telling to others that this is true and whatever, and maybe that kind of information is false, but a lot of people is saying the same thing, and in it, at the end, um, everyone believed that, and that's how the fake information grow in this kind of tools like Facebook or Instagram. Also, what kind of or what types of false information we have in these apps like Facebook or Instagram or Twitter? Well, we have a lot of one, but we are going to talk about just a few ones. For example, the clickbait. This is a fake information that is posted with someone to catch your attention, usually a gorgeous woman or actor or an actor, to catch the attention of the viewers. And this is with the objective of gain views of this kind of website. But the information in this kind of website is false most of the time. But this is the objective, just to catch the attention of the people. Also, we have propaganda. Um, those websites which post this kind of information are behind to promote a point of view, a political point of view, and this is the objective in this kind of news. But it's something that is not regulated. You can post wherever you want, and is used to the manipulate people and his political desires. Also, we have misleading headlines, and this is related with the clickbait. you read something that appears to be something shocking, and most of the time it's just um, fake news to catch your attention to make you click in that website. For example, an actor was seen with a unknown woman, and it maybe was his mother, but the objective of the of the news is to catch your attention, and you click on that and create that interest. But that's another type of strategy to catch your attention with false information. And also we have the parody, that is when you take something real, for example, a president or someone famous most of the time, and you create a false story about him, something that happened to him, maybe something funny, to catch the people attention. But what happened here is that most of the time the people believe in that and don't check if that is true, is if that comes from a real source of information, not something that someone just create to gain views. And that's the types of false information that we have to be aware to avoid um, fall in that kind of traps.
Now, continuing with this topic, another problem we are facing with social media is that we have created a fake society in the media. There has been a false idea of perfection about several aspects of the life. What we see in Facebook, Instagram, or another social media is highly probable that is not 100% true. That is because social media has become like the marketing or ads that we watch on TV in the past, but nowadays everything has converted in the product we want to sell. It sounds weird, but it seems people want to sell their lives. They usually show the best part of something, even when it might not be showing reality. We see content like people enjoying a place, but it was actually bored. We see the best dish, but it actually tastes bad. We can see also a place surrounded by nature where we can feel peace, but it actually is a place crowded by tourists, well, etc. The images you can see in this presentation are some examples of what I'm talking about. Behind the photo or video that we see, there is another reality that we can't notice. That reality could have been hidden, or it could have been made up in order to create a fake reality, such as this burger. I have seen photos when someone is at the beach working from a beach chair, and we see that person being extremely happy and relaxed. But actually, I can't imagine how hot is the weather and how comfortless can be working from there. The problem here is that people are often influenced by what they see, so we can say that they are being deluded. And added with the influence of social media, there is another problem. That is when people compare themselves with others. They compare the physical aspect, how are their families, how are their friends, how many goods they have, even their achievement or goals. And what happens when someone use as reference something that appears to be wonderful, but actually it doesn't exist? And well, this is a delicate situation because we don't know what is happening in the mind or life of the person that is consuming the content. Maybe he or she is not with the best mental health in that moment, so it could provoke emotional problems, depression, low self-esteem, because maybe their lives are not good enough, or because their appearance is not as perfect as the photo they saw. And also, it could provoke obsession with the unattainable, dissatisfaction in general, or even anxiety crisis. Some people think that maybe it is logical that social media is not real, but we can't know the problems another people are facing and how empty are their lives to problems they carry during their whole life. Then seeing things that are not real and perfections that don't exist can cause more mental problems. Now that we have talked about the problems, we want to present the solution created to solve this situation. So, how can we solve the problems? Well, regarding the image people believe reality is on social media, we think that Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other companies need to improve the algorithm. They need to give a solution of a better photo and video analysis in order to hide content that could be fake and is showing us something real, and also improve the algorithm in terms of prioritize value content as education, psychology, self-love, self-acceptance, among others. This using the photo and video analysis and the hashtags as well. Another thing is create campaigns for these topics, because we want what we want is to help people understand that social media is not the reality of life, that people don't show their weakness, that life is not perfect, the stereotypes we need to throw. Besides that, we think that it's necessary to create alliances with mental health organizations where they help with valuable information throughout ads.
Well, and how avoid falling in fake news? What we are proposing here is an algorithm or our artificial intelligence that will check the source of the information of what we are reading or what of the news that we are watching, and this algorithm will check the source of the information. For example, if the source is a journal that is a true journal that already exists and that is a serious company with regulation and etc., or if it's just someone who posts that and you cannot trust in that. So in the post we will see a security seal or a security check that will show that this information that you are reading is comes from a trustworthy source or not. That is what we are proposing related with these fake news that continue growing in our social media apps.
And well, those are the solutions that we have analyzed in order to solve this problem that is increasingly common in social media. Thank you so much.